What's up, everybody? We are in week 2 of our continued conversations, the race. If you joined us last week, you know all about this, but we're doing a continued conversations, which what that means is we are talking about the series that we are in on Wednesday nights at TCS Wednesdays at the Crossing. So this week, we are in week 2. Last night, one of our leaders, Nicole, gave a great message about this idea of connect deeply. So today, I have 2 students with me, and we are going to be talking about connecting deeply. So the first person that we have is Mr. Caesar Luna. Cool.
Hi.
Great. Love that. But hey, what grade are you in, and how long have you been going to the Crossing?
I'm in 9th grade, and I used to go when I was little, but now I've been going for like 4 years.
4 years. You're in 9th grade. You've been going all through middle school, and now you're a freshman.
Yeah.
Do you love freshman year?
It's nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. The other person that we have here is Miss Stella Thiemann. Stella, tell us, what grade are you in, and how long have you been coming to the Crossing?
Hi. I'm in 9th grade, and I've been coming to the Crossing for like all through middle school, and then I think I was here like 2 years before that.
Okay, so you even came in like Kids Crossing back in the day.
Yeah, but I didn't go to Kids Crossing.
But you didn't go to, okay, well, shout out to Kids Crossing. But for real, so I'm excited to have you both here. I didn't realize I had 2 freshmen on this episode, but hey, 2 freshmen. How are you liking high school?
It's interesting. There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
There's so many. Like, I can't even get to my classes on time.
That's
There's
crazy.
that many people.
That's crazy. My high school was really small. My graduating class was 42 people, so tiny private school. Here we go. We're going to move on. Speaking of which, my first question to you guys, we're going to be talking about connecting deeply. I want to ask you guys, what is the most awkward group that you guys have been a part of? In all honesty, mine was my senior class, 42 people. So let's start with you, Stella. What is the most awkward group that you've ever been a part of?
For me, it's probably been cheer this year, just because like I've known all the girls like since 5th grade, but I've never been friends with any of them. So it's like I know them, and we all know each other, but I'm not friends with them. So that's a little awkward. And so yeah.
What is awkward about it? Do you feel like you like can't talk to them?
Yeah, I guess it's just I guess they're a little judgy. They're also like the popular girl. They're also like the popular girls, so it's like, yeah, they're just a little not my vibe, I guess.
Got it. Okay. Caesar, what about you? Most awkward group that you've ever been a part of?
I'd probably say when we were online, this school year online, is because we would go into like breakout rooms or something, and we had to do work, but nobody would like talk. It would just be awkward silence, and nobody would participate in the work, and so it was just...
That's like the worst. That would be like my fear in school. If I was like online, nobody was talking. It's so awkward being in those. Did you guys have to do group projects too when you were online?
Yeah.
How did that work?
Well, it would be like 5 people in a breakout room, and then nobody would talk, and so then I would have to start it, and then nobody would respond, so it's just like...
That feels awkward. Aren't you glad we're past that? You get to go to a real high school. You're not going to Zoom high school. That's great. Okay, so let's jump into really what we want to talk about tonight, this idea of connecting and being in groups a little bit. So I'm going to ask you this. Whoever wants to go first can go first. What connects people together? What connects people? Like, what is the thing that makes people feel connected?
I guess I'll go. I would say just like... Sorry, I just blanked. Like lots of times I feel like I like connect with people like I have similarities in, and definitely like I feel like that's how I connect with my friends and stuff. And then like over time, just spending time together and like getting to really know like their actual like true self, instead of knowing like that like fake personality everyone has that they put on, you know.
What would you say some of your closest friends, what are the things that you guys have in common?
Probably all my closest friends are from youth groups, so definitely just like us being Christian and stuff, and like just like I guess like lots of times like sports or just like things we like to do, I guess.
Nice. Caesar, what about you? What do you feel like connects people together?
What I think connects people together is like people's interests and like their goals and how they view things in life.
So when you think of like some of you, what's the closest group that you feel like you have in your life?
My soccer team.
And it's that love of soccer that really pulls you together. Do you guys do stuff outside of soccer?
Yeah, we hang out a lot, and we all like go to similar schools and same schools, so we always see each other.
So it's a little bit of proximity, like closeness, because you're seeing them every day. Literally, physically, you're close to them all day because you're at school. But then a little bit of it is it's the shared interests as well. So let me ask you this: as teenagers, you guys are freshmen. You're not driving yet, right? You're like what? You're 13, 14? I'm guessing. I never remember the age that goes with the grade. Anyway, freshmen. Why would you say is connection important for teenagers?
I would say it's important for teenagers because, like, if you have a close connection with somebody, it could move on until like adulthood or like maybe like graduating high school or something like that. So it's like if you share something with someone, you guys could like make it a long way through or something like that.
Okay, so longevity. So the it's important because it will last you for a while and you'll have somebody in your life. Okay, good. What Stella, what about you? Why is connection important for teenagers?
I think it's really important to have connection when you're a teenager because I feel like as teenagers, especially in this generation, there's like a lot of things that we go through, and I feel like, and lots of times, like I know like me and like lots of my friends, like some of the stuff we don't really talk to our parents about, and like if you don't have that like connection with like other people, like you're gonna have no one to talk about it and you're just going through it alone. Like especially like with youth group, like I talk like to my group about like everything, like especially Nicole, she's amazing, and Audrey too, love her, and like they've helped me through so much, and I just feel like when you have somebody you can be able to like talk through things that you need to talk to instead of being alone.
I like that. Do you feel like you've been through like a season in life where you didn't have connection? If you want to talk about that, because I didn't ask you on the ahead of time to talk about that, but what did that look like? Like, what did you feel was lacking? What was needed that you like didn't have because you didn't have connection?
I guess just like I probably can't like say like a specific season, but there's definitely like there's been times in like those seasons, like hard times and stuff, where I feel like I had no one or like that kind of thing. I didn't know who to go to, and so I feel like, and like there's like those times when you're in in those seasons and you're like either like mad at God or you're like you don't feel God. You're like, why is this happening to me? Like God, like you're just so far. Like I'm trying, but you're so far. And so like I feel like on those like types of things, I'm like just sitting there. I'm like just contemplating life. I'm like, what is this even about? Like why is this happening? Like it just feels so crushing, and you're just like, what am I supposed to like be doing? Like everything is just going wrong. And so I guess I kind of just lacked like someone to talk to, and even lacking like that. Like I feel like especially with church, I feel like when I'm at church, I'm connecting with people. My relationship with God is like so much closer. So I feel like when I'm not having those connections, I'm like I kind of push God away too.
Do you feel like for you, one of the ways you connect with God is through people?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit the same. Like for me, it's like the Bible and it's people.
Yeah.
So I love that. That's cool. So you feel like when the connection's missing, it feels like a little piece of God is missing too from that. And I like that because I think people underestimate the influence that other people can have in our life. Like we think, oh, they're just friends. Well, no, they're more than that. They're bringing so much. They're giving so much life to Stella, and they're bringing so much life to Stella through how God is using them. That's so cool. Caesar, your small group on Wednesdays is literally like most of them are on your soccer team. Like they're your soccer boys. You play sports with them, all that. And did you guys start before you came and were a small group at church? You were a soccer team, correct?
Yeah.
You've known them longer than church. So talk to me about like how is your relationship with them different now that you have that church relationship with them as opposed to just the sports relationship with them?
I feel like going to church and stuff, like we share even more things now, so I think it makes us even closer. And like not every time we talk is like about soccer, so now there's like we talk about church sometimes, and like my small group, I really like enjoy having them because I always talk to them if I need something or need advice for something, and it just
That's good. So some of those guys, would you call them like your best friends?
yeah.
So for you, give me like 3 characteristics or qualities that make a best friend. Like, what do you need? If I'm going to be one of your best friends, what do you need from me? What are the top 3 things?
Like be there for you, like stay by your side. Like
Okay. So loyalty.
yeah.
All right.
Because you need trust.
Okay. So
Kindness.
loyalty and trust would probably be two different things then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then probably like be kind, and then
Okay. And kindness. Do I have to be able to play soccer to be your friend?
no.
Stella, what about you? If you had to think of some of your best friends, what are like the 3 qualities? Like if I was going to be one of your best friends, what would the 3 top things be that I have to have?
I think definitely kind of like what Caesar said, like just being there for you, and like not just like being there when they're asked to be, but like being there like without being asked, like being there, being like checking up on you, be like, hey, how are you doing, like how are you like truly doing, not like how are you doing, oh yeah, I'm good but I'm really not, you know.
Okay, so checking in and making sure you're actually present. Okay,
Yeah.
what else? 2 more.
And then probably like probably just being able like to have fun and like make jokes and like just like I don't know like what kind of like
Humor. I think humor.
Yeah,
I think
humor.
for me that's an important one because
Yeah.
I like to goof around with friends and be funny. And so if you can't take that and you can't give that back, then yeah, we're not going to be that close of friends.
Yeah, and then my third one would be like it's like hard to think. Probably like just like I already said being there, but like probably kindness. What Caesar
Kindness.
said.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they have to be there, and then while they're there, they have to be funny and they have to be kind.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I like that. So let me ask you this last question. I might change it a little bit on you, but you guys just listed the 3 things that are important for other people to bring to the relationship. What does your side of the relationship look like when it comes to connection and friends and small groups and soccer teams or awkward 42-person classes or cheerleading squads? Like, what do you personally need to bring to that? What do you feel responsible for?
I think like the same thing that they give to you, you should be able to give to them. Like you should be there, like check up on them, and like just be like a helping hand, and like
So how do you do that?
I would say like if they needed something or needed support with something, like volunteer or just
What do you think, Stella? If somebody if what you're saying you need is also what you need to give, how are you personally doing that?
I think for me, it would probably be like going like making sure my friends are okay and checking up on them, and like I think for me like one of the things like I do need to work on, but like what I need to be giving is texting people. Like if you know me, I am the worst texter on this planet. It's so bad, and like I'm just so bad responding. So like definitely like I think one of the things I need to give is like making sure to respond and like doing all that kind of stuff. And I think also like one of the things I bring to a friendship is like all my friends call me the mom of the group. Like because I always have like everything in my bag. Like I'm super prepared. Like I always like make sure like when we're hanging out, if someone's like off in the corner, like I go like see them. So I think that's like one of the things I personally give the best.
I love that. That's good. Caesar, when one of the boys on the soccer team or at church, like you can tell they're having a bad day, what's your usual response?
usually I hang out with them and I like talk to them like what's going on, and then I I like bringing people in so if I see somebody being left out or like sad or something, I like to bring them into my group, and then from there like it gets switched.
That's good. I like that. It's the idea of inclusion. Have you ever felt like you were on the outside of that?
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's not great. So I love that because I feel like some of us, when we felt that, it's that need to say, okay, now that I know how that feels, I'm not going to make other people feel that way. So I love that. Thank you guys so much for sitting down and talking about community and talking about these small groups, because you both were picked for this because we know that you're super connected with your small groups. Like you and your soccer boys are so close. I mean, you guys started by watching the crossing students on YouTube during the COVID years.
Yeah.
And Nicole, who's your leader, was leading them because her son is in that group, and you guys were so close knit that when we came back, you came back with us and came back to campus, and you've been a group since then, and you guys are super close. And then Nicole leaves that group and comes over to this group and provides that same thing where she brings that community, and these girls are all connected together, and now you're doing life together, right? And God is speaking through those people, just like you said earlier, because God didn't design us to do life by ourselves. And I think we've all realized that, and we hope more students realize that. So it seems like the common thread here is Nicole. I guess everybody needs a Nicole in their life to bring them in.
Nicole's the best.
Nicole's great. Tell me, as we close this out, we're going to boost Nicole a little bit. So as a leader of a small group, what was the best thing that Nicole did for you guys when she was leading your group? What made her a good leader in your eyes?
She was a big support, especially from those COVID years. Those were my first years. I didn't really understand anything that was going on, and she's a big part of my path with God. And I think she's just always there for you. She's always helping you learn and improve on
That's what
growing.
a great leader will do for you. I love that. What about you? What's the biggest and most important thing that Nicole has done for you?
So there's so many, but I think the main thing is after group and stuff, she knows me so well that she can tell when I'm having a bad day. She can tell when I'm struggling with something. And so especially the the end of last year of school, I was going through it, and but she would after group she would pull me aside and she would talk to me. I would be bawling because I'm just everything that's going on, but she would be the one staying there later making sure I'm okay. She'd be the one texting me, and in our group chat she always texts these long paragraphs just saying we're beautiful children of God, and just saying you got this, and all that kind of stuff. She's just amazing.
That's seriously so good. Because that, when you think about connecting deeply, what Nicole showed you guys is exactly what you're trying to emulate now in your circle, of how she connected deeply with you as a leader. You now want to connect deeply with the people around you, and she brings that. So I love that, and that's also why we asked Nicole to speak on the Connect Deeply piece. That was important. So if you are not plugged into a community, if connecting deeply is something that you're missing, I'd love to invite you in. If you're a student, come to the Crossing Students. We'd love to get you plugged in. If you're a freshman, guy or girl, you might meet one of these guys and come be in their group. But seriously, if you're looking for community, we want to be able to be that place, because we know community is lacking and connecting deeply is lacking in so many teenagers' life, and we want to change that. We want to make a difference. So that is our week 2 of the race. We are excited to be back next week talking to some people about the idea of giving generously. But hey, Caesar, thanks for being here. Stella, thanks for being here. Thank you all for watching. See you next week.